take. What do you know, it would be good. Stations. You oversee the artists that's here. You'll be there. You can programs will happen.
Don't worry about the trap. You can.
Yeah, you can.
Actually.
You know,
just put that.
I prefer if you were shooting like this. You know.
Because okay, what you do? Because I got video on here.
Oh.
So if you want to do
do static shot
from there, yeah. So let me look at that one and see.
I don't want to get in your way though. So that's not important.
No,
you got it.
No, because
if you got it, then
yeah. Because
do not get a shot of my stomach, please. Thank you.
we'll be here all day trying to
Around
Mark.
Right here.
Mark, come here, so.
Detroit. Aha! Wait a minute. Fat back. Oh! Damn you!
Okay.
Mr. Saadiq, we're ready for you, sir. Raphael Sadiq, Mark Clark. What's up, brother? Enjoyed you, man.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Awesome. Wait, go ahead, son. I see you. Daddy clothes on. This is for real. Remember you do the dad closet like one day I'm gonna wear these clothes?
Yes. Yeah. Especially if you had a tragically hip dad like me. He got some suede. He had suede suits with piping in them and all that stuff. And a flare.
Super J's.
And I'm like, yeah, what am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
I know one time my dad. For what? Met him once? Interview's over. You ready? Okay. So we're playing this backstage, right, Tracy?
Yes.
Backstage at a secret performance.
Okay.
All right. 96.3 WHUR inside the Hang Suite. And this is our first official backstage hang.
Yeah, we really are getting our VIP on. Somebody gave us a pass. I can't believe it, Mark. Normally we have to, sneak in, through the kitchen. We got a pass to get to the back.
It's the power of WHUR.
That's right. That's right.
Raphael Sadiq is getting ready to go on, man. Welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. It's good to be here in D.C.
Look, man, first of all, we're excited about your performance, but it seems like a lot of the ladies are excited about your look, man. Your albums end up being like fashion examples of the latest fashions. Where are we going with this new album?
No, we just kind of, stepping it up a little bit from last time. Nothing serious. We ain't taking it too serious, just having fun.
Wait a minute.
Last record we did a little peg leg. This year we just kind of like making it flare out the bottom a little bit.
You're not doing anything serious, but you're bringing a flare pants back.
Yeah.
In 2011.
The bell bottoms are coming back?
Well, it's kind of like not really a bell. It's like a jingle bell. Like the big bell of St. Mark. It's like a jingle bell.
I got you. It's not really ringing.
Mark, this is the 1971 flare, not the 1976 bell.
I feel the flare.
There it is. That's it.
Okay, let's cut to the music, man. Now, I was doing some research. I didn't realize you were on tour with Prince before the Tonys.
Yeah, before the Tonys. 86.
Let me say it again, man. You were on tour with Prince?
Yeah. Man.
Now, okay, that had to be. Tell us about that, and how did you, I guess your excellence as a bass player got you on that tour. How did that happen?
Well, it was an audition held in San Francisco, and I was at a friend's house. They kind of came over to wave over the air. They was having auditions in San Francisco, and I went and auditioned, and a whole bunch of musicians was there, whatever you can imagine. And I got the gig. Next thing you know, I was rehearsing for 2-3 months, and I was off to Tokyo on the parade tour.
Wow. So tell us 3 things about Prince musically that you learned or that we don't know.
Musically, he has, everybody, I guess, he has a lot of music that people never really heard. That I used to, steal all this music on the back of the tour bus and listen to all the songs that weren't released yet. And the man usually has his suits, he puts, different fragrances in his suits and have them pressed so the fragrance stays in the suit. Used to do that, I know, because I used to sneak the jacket and try the jacket on in the back of the tour bus. And then, the man has parties and he has, he invites whole agencies, Ford models, all these models out to be at one party. And then, he used to come and get me and ask me if there was enough girls at the show. Not at the show, at the party. At that time I had a Jerry curl, the sack pack, the fanny pack on, with my sign, with the Taurus on it, just looking way bootsy and dated. But I kept it to me. At that point, I was still being me, wearing a Detroit baseball cap. And I was still me. I still remained me when I was with Prince. I didn't really turn into Prince. I stayed me. Stayed Oakland.
Good job, man. Jerry Curl. No, that's okay. You were you.
We all had those, you know.
But you pressed fragrances in your.
Yo, I might have had Jerry Curls.
I didn't have one.
That's what happened.
I did. I had a shag, but not a Jerry Curl. So
you had a shag.
I had a shag.
You had a shag.
Had now.
At least you could get one. I said my shag was better. They didn't really work there. At least you could.
So you're like, based on the story that you just told, the way I kind of equate you as like the soul merchant. You know, you're almost the librarian of soul and R&B. You know, your experiences on the road with other artists. You work with so many people as a studio musician, and now you blend those experiences into your albums. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like?
I feel like that. I didn't know that at the time. That's what I was doing, but I kept hearing people like Stokely from Making Condition saw me one day in Minneapolis. He's like, "What's up, soul man?" And I was like, "Really?" But I mean, I guess that's what I do. You know, I like to take music that our heritage made and reintroduce it through me, and that's those people I love, those type of artists. And I feel like as Black people, we forget really quick. Stevie Wonder said to me one time, he said, sometimes our people we quick to forget, and I don't forget. I can't forget. It's in me. I have a lot of great memories from aunties and uncles, and it brings families together, it brings people together. So I like to bring people to one function and have a great time. So that's why I champion this music.
Yeah. What I love about what you're doing with you real musicians and cats who do respect the past, you have like a full bag of tricks. I mean, we know you have a lot of different sides. I saw you one time at the conference hanging out with Eric Benet. And Eric Benet, in the last album, has surprised a lot of people with his falsetto. Mm-hmm. And I mean, as a producer and a person, we're kind of the same generation. Right. A lot of people just like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Because this generation, it's like everybody puts everything on Front Street out the door.
Right.
Is that because of the industry? Is that because they don't know any better? Why do you think musicians that kind of just feel like they have to give it all?
Well, you sort of do. You have to pull it out when you can. Eric singing falsetto. Now is he's a veteran singer. He's flawless. I worked with him before, and I sing flat in the studio sometimes. That guy never goes flat. He's like a perfect singer. So
don't ask Halle Berry about that.
Well, he was singing. He sung "We Love Halle Berry" too. But he's a perfect singer. So he when I heard his falsetto, I wasn't surprised. But, everybody is sort of, Prince, meets D'Angelo. D'Angelo's not back right now, so everybody's singing falsetto songs.
Is he going to come back?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it. I talk to him once a year. That's it. No, not Christmas.
Thanksgiving dinner? Yeah. We saw the pictures.
Yeah.
No, he's coming back.
He's going to come back. He's very talented. He's definitely coming back.
Him and Lauryn Hill, Troy.
Yeah. Whatever. No, Lauren's going to be all right. See, what Mark, you threw me off. What was my question?
It's the bell bottoms.
No. What's the Raphael of Tony, and the Raphael of today? What's the big difference between those two guys?
I think it's maturity. I always thought I was a pretty mature kid, growing up. But I can actually tell the difference between, me when I was in the Tonys and now. It's like I know exactly what I want to do. I see the target and I can hit it all the time, and that's what it's about. I'm by myself, and when you by yourself and you come from a group, it's the hardest thing because it's scary. Number one, to be by yourself when you have your brother and your friend next to you, and you go out on your own, and you never. The scary part is you may never hit that point where people actually respect you for being, an artist or a solo artist. So for me, it was like, earlier, I had to make every record successful to me, so you would know me as Raphael Saadiq. Not that I'll never not be the guy from the Tonys, and that's okay. But you'll know me for doing something completely different than I did with the Tonys. Even though it's all from the same family tree, and it was all a growing process and a learning process, and I couldn't have got to where I'm at without those guys. Without my brother, really, my brother was like a hardcore teacher for me. So I owe him a whole lot. So but I was able to leave the Clippers and for
Be
the
careful what
Lakers.
you say. Lakers.
I mean, I'm not a Laker fan, but I mean, that's a franchise of that. So
you could have said Knicks. I mean,
I like the Knicks. I mean, one time I ran into. I didn't really like the Knicks when Greg Anthony was playing for them, and so I ran into Alonzo Mourning in his car in Miami. He was riding. And I said, "Man, I'm so glad y'all beat the Knicks. Man, I hate the Knicks, man. Ooh, I can't stand the Knicks." And all of a sudden, the other seat just rose up like this. It was Patrick Ewing rolled up in the car. And I was like, "Patrick, man, I hate Miami, man. I hate the Heat." They just both started dying laughing. That was the funniest thing.
All right, we got to do some artist association. I'll say the name. You just tell me the first thing comes to your mind. Raheem DeVaughn.
The hardest working man in showbiz besides me.
Okay. Beyonce.
Ooh, the hardest, beautiful, working girl, working singing lady in the business.
Well, and Toronto, you got a couple. But I wanted to say, how do you think they would transfer, like, if we took them back to 1975, would they both still be successful?
Beyonce would be definitely successful. Not a problem. She could go with the best from any time. He would too. Raheem would too. He would work. I mean, like I said, I see that dude like running with cameras. I mean, I see him just running everywhere through DC, just walking in clubs, singing with his friends that helped him out before he even got on. So when I see that kind of dedication that a guy can put forward, that shows a lot of heart and a lot of dedication.
Kanye West.
Wow, super talented, talented, and he doesn't care what he say, and that takes a lot. Takes a lot to deal with criticism when he has to deal with it, because he puts it out there, so he has to deal with it.
As a musician producer, because you produce and you're a musician,
right.
Do you put him in the category of you musician producers, or is he like a separate category, like rap producer or soundscape artist, or?
I mean, I wouldn't put him in a different category. I mean, he's not just because he's selling records. It's just because he's a producer. He produced his records. I haven't heard a lot of other records that he, like he did records with John Legend and like Jay-Z. But if you look at it like that, yeah, he's a rap producer. But I mean, producing songs for a rapper probably is harder than producing a song for an R&B artist, because if you writing a song for Jay-Z, you producing a song for Jay-Z, who has to put words to beats that you make and is successful to everybody, every genre, every piece of the world, it may be a little harder right now.
Before we get out of here, since we're talking a little bit about hip hop. You obviously you play your niche, you play your vibe, but you've worked with hip hop artists, quite a few of them. So hip hop and a lot of music, as you kind of talked about earlier when you were getting ready to perform, a lot of the music that's out today just has a very cookie cutter format to it. Hip hop is atrocious in many ways right now, especially even more than R&B and pop music. Well, if you could infiltrate that genre, what would you do differently? How would you bring some of the flavor that you have as an R&B artist to some of the hip hop music that's out today?
Well, hip hop kind of started from a gritty band sound, and James Brown type of records, and the Grandmaster Flash, and Furious 5, and a lot of New York's first hip hop. I mean, when I first heard, I'm pretty sure it was a lot of records out before Sugar Hill Gang. But when I first heard rappers, my favorite group was at the time was Chic, Bernard Dennis, and Nile Rodgers. So when I heard Good Times and I heard these cats rapping over it, I was a straight fan. But even now, when you look at P. Rock, CeeLo Smooth, sampled a lot of the Fire Sarah Steps and a lot of the Delphonics, Jay-Z do a lot of Delphonic stuff. That's why my last record, I did a record with Jay-Z. And I figured it would be a good record because Biggie actually sampled Hey World by Delphonics.
Right.
When I did Oh Girl, it sounds like that. So I felt like hip-hop sort of carried me through this terrible time of R&B when it was really no real R&B that I could really, gravitate to. It kind of kept me listening to different things that I always loved because they sampled things that I like. And they flipped it and kind of did it the way that they heard it, and they put when you listen to Dead Presidents, look at films like that, those movies sort of reflected, those hard times of like hoods in like DC, Chicago, Detroit, Oakland, and I like putting sound to street, so And plus, I got just on another note, I can say I'm the only R&B cat on Midnight Marauders track.
There you go.
You know,
shout out yourself.
I play bass on The Night Is On My Mind. You know, so, yeah.
It's not you and Ray Brown, not bad company, right?
That's right.
Okay, before we go, what's in the iPod and what are you watching on TV? Or is there a movie that you?
What am I watching? What's in the iPod? Man, my iPod is just, it has everything from Curtis Mayfield to like Pete Rock, independent records to early Nas records, Curtis Mayfield to the Carpenters, the Last Night, to the OJ's, to the Dark Side of the Moon, Arcade Fire, you know, Bob Marley, 400 Years, Peter Tosh. It goes on to Chicago. To Kung Fu Fighting, this all this on Aretha Stylistics, the Hawkins Family, the Jackson 5, Christmas albums, you know, Nat King Cole. It's so much stuff. I don't even have enough room. I have so many iPods, and people take them, steal them because there's so much music on them. But what I'm about to do is buy iPods and send them to different people around the world. And I send hard drives and tell them to fill it up with all different music that I don't even know. Like, because there are some groups that I heard this group, this Mexican group, that sound just like the Delphonics and the Stylistics, the Mexicans.
Really?
It was like 70s groups that was singing like the Delphonics. Okay. So,
and on TV?
TV? It's funny, man. I'm definitely watching Boardwalk Empire on HBO.
Right.
That's my joint.
With the sex scenes.
Nah, exactly. That girl is crazy. But
who are you?
Yeah, but I definitely like Big Love. Yeah, Big Love is crazy.
I'm confused by that one.
That's a great show.
It is.
Mormons confuse me.
Yeah, it is crazy. But the politics of it is crazy. Like, the three wives thing is crazy. Who could do that? I mean, I can't do that. Can't do that.
If you build 3 houses together.
No, you still can't do it. No, that's crazy. But the politics of him coming out into the public and trying to be, a regular guy and own a business and hiding from his people and try to come out and say he's this, that's why I watch it. It's kind of crazy.
And something we didn't say much about, your new album, man.
Dropping. My new album, Stone Rollin', is dropping March 22nd, so make sure you tell a friend, tell them to go get it. And there's a lot of goodies on it. This album is mixed with everything that I've been made of. It has the makings of me, like Mr. Curtis Mayfield was saying, but it's a mix of, I would say it's a mix of instant vintage and a mix of the way I see it. When you put them together, it's a perfect combination for, for everything, whatever you want to do. If your wife and your husband, you're together and y'all go out and y'all come home at night, y'all want to have a little dance before y'all go to sleep, you might want to listen to Moving Down the Line. You know what I mean? If you listen to, if you listen to like you want to reflect on your childhood, if you're from the hood, you might want to listen to The Answer. Right. And it says, the first lyric say, the game is, stop saying the game is to be sold and not told. That's what we do. We always say, the game is to be sold, not told, or something like that. And I always thought that was ridiculous because, as a young black man, we need to tell everybody what's up before they run into that brick wall, because that brick wall is out there.
Break it down.
Raphael Saadiq hanging out with us.
The soul librarian. He's a walking new moniker. He's a soul librarian. You can take that with you.
I take that. I got it.
Man, have a great show, man. Thanks for hanging with us.
Man, thanks for having me here. Peace out to WHUR. Woo! My name is Raphael Saadiq. God bless you.
And then because a couple haters, Raphael Saadiq. This is my latest. Do your favorite song off the album?
Okay.
We'll play it on WHUR.
Maybe an anecdote about the song.
Okay.
Just a little, sure.
This is my new record. It's called Good Man. This is just about good men. You never hear records about good men. This is a dude who went through some domestic violence. Didn't really happen. Never really touched his wife, his girl, but he had to go down to jail for one night. And the story, you'll see the video, it's about a good man. His wife ended up leaving him, but in the end, he stayed with his wife. He didn't stay, he left, but he still made sure she had money when he left. And it's called Good Man. You never see a black man in the light like this. So I want to show black men in the light like this.
And then here goes Raphael Saadiq. I'll be coming up inside the Hang Suite on WHUR. That's a lot to remember. Hang Suite.
In the Hang Suite, WHUR.
Or you can just say,
it again.
Hey, what's up? This is Raphael Saadiq. I'm coming up. And we can add it all in. If you
What's the whole?
inside the hang suite on WHUR.
What's up? This is Raphael Sadiq. Inside the hang suite.
I'll be coming up inside the hang suite.
What's up? This is Raphael Sadiq, and I'll be coming up inside the hang suite on WHUR. Peace.
A couple more generics. Hey, this is Raphael Sadiq. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? This is Raphael Sadiq, and I'm kicking it right at.
That's good. We kick it. Tracy, we kick it right.
What's up? This is Raphael Sadiq, and I'm out hanging out in DC at WHUR. Peace.
Cool.
And one more, happy 40th anniversary to
Oh, she can articulate.
40th, playing
Hey,
all
what's-
that soul, all that soul for 40 years.
All that soul, WHUR.
Yes.
What's up? This is Raphael Sadiq saying happy 40th anniversary to WHUR. Thank you for playing all that soul. I wish I went to Harvard so I could have heard it every day. But I didn't go to college, so.
Hey man, it's our anniversary.
Hey, this is Raphael Sadiq. Hey, happy anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
Happy 40th anniversary.
Hey, what's up? This is
Oh,
Raphael.
it would be nice if we get a little, if you just, I'm going to ask you to say it. That would be really nice.
That would be awesome.
40th anniversary. So shoot it this way. It's your 40th anniversary.
What's up? This is Raphael Sadiq wishing WHUR a happy 40th anniversary. Peace to you and me.
Amazing. Wow. Man, awesome. Thanks, dog. Excellent.
Yeah, man.
Really enjoyed the show too.
Raphael Sadiq, that's what you need to pitch that show, man. You do a show about
Real quick.
music. That's a natural, man.
They don't want it. They want you. You gotta have some turmoil. You gotta have somebody breaking through your house, and it's gotta be reality based.
Pitch that show.
Here we go. 1,
3,
1, 2. Yep.
1, 6.
Got it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
Not a problem.
Man, I remember I saw y'all in Charleston, South Carolina, the King Street Plaza, like in 90. It was like,
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I saw
Same
it on
tour.
radio in Greensboro.
We did a lot. We was in the Carolinas. We used to play. We played Augusta.
Hey.
That was my way cross.
Thanks, man.
all right, man. Appreciate your success, man.
Thank you, bro.
Man, get that French crib, man, so we gonna hang out with you, man.
Yeah.
Your French relatives is here.